Okay, showing you how to replace a starter on a 2001 Land Rover Discovery 2. There's a couple videos out there show you do a different way. You can do it their way, or here's my way to also show you their way had a few more steps than what mine did. They wound up taking that panel off, which I started doing, which is inside the fender here, which goes right there in that big opening there, and they take this wheel off, and maybe it gives them more room or not, but you're trying to get over here behind this area of the strut. And on top, what you're going to need as well for breaking the two bolts loose, that would be the top one and the bottom one. And you're going to need an 8mm Allen socket, and I had a 3/8 drive, so I got a 1/2 inch drive with an adapter to 3/8 to help break it with some more strength. And right there is what I got for the adapter. It helps. Gave me a little bit more because they are on there tight, especially if it's never been replaced before. Disconnect the battery. That way it helps you don't burn something up, shock yourself, whatever you do. Heat shield, there's only one bolt. It is a 10mm, which is kind of a flat head, believe it or not. There isn't much to it, so you gotta fill in there real good. It's right there on the engine mount inside there from the front. I reached it from underneath, and the other thing holding on is a clip basically on the heat shield. I don't know if I said this or not, but 13mm nut comes off this. This here, just pull it straight off. That's all you got to connect it there. And currently I can, you will need a extension coming down to the bolt here with 8mm Allen. Run it up here. This is how I did it anyways. Right now I got my regular 3/8 drive in there because I'm tightening it now. I don't have to do the extension and have more strength to break it loose, because I could not fit a 1/2 inch breaker bar in there at all. I could have tried, but I don't think I would have been successful. The bolt for the heat shield is, let's see if I can get it here. There's the engine mount. There's my oil filter engine mount, and it's inside this opening here. You don't have to put your finger in there and feel around a little bit. Like I said, it's kind of almost flat. You can barely feel it. Took me a moment to figure out where it was, and I thought this one guy was joking. But that's where the heat shield's bolted in at, and the bolt goes through over to this side, but you gotta access it over here. And there's the new starter. Looks a lot better. Hopefully it works a lot better. And this is where I've been reaching at. This is the other bolt on the bottom. Right here, I had an extension, and I can get a 1/2 inch breaker bar down straight here from the axle down to here. And I had an extension that went all the way out from there to there. I was about to here with the breaker bar, right about in here somewhere. Not too bad. You gotta work with it a little bit. Use a ratcheting one. Again, I have access to everything from the bottom and the top, nothing from the sides. I didn't take off the wheel. And I hope to do an update of what I've done to this thing, maybe. I've added a few things. Terra Firma 3-inch lift kit with braided brake cables there, if you can kind of see with the extensions. It came all as a package from Terra Firma off of Lucky 8. They've been very good. Got this bumper from Lucky 8 as well, which I don't think they have this one in there anymore. I had to cut the grill, my wonderful cutting skills. Painted my grill with bed liner, make it look a little bit better, and threw an insert in the back. This Badland winch, I'd probably say for the price, worth it, good. I'd get one again if I ever want to again. Off-road lights, and put a high lift jack on there, which I put bolts in, and Terra Firma rock guards, and bed liner if it focuses, bed liner on the roof. I've done all this stuff myself. And what else I've done is probably replace the crankshaft position sensor, which will be over here to the left. I won't probably be able to see it from here, but I've done that as well. And I'll probably try to do a tutorial about how to do that later on at some point in time, just at least give an example and show where it's at. It's not hard. You have to drop the exhaust a little bit, which is 2 bolts on each side from the manifold. It helps you give you a little more access. It's not hard. Just loosen the bolts, spray a little WD-40 or something on it, whatever you gotta do. I think that's pretty much everything. I showed you the heat shield, the starter aspect of it, the 2 bolts, the sizes you need, and as well as you will need a 1/2-inch breaker bar for the tension on the 2 bolts on the starter because they are tight. Any questions or anything, feel free to comment. Good luck.